So the next one is, and I kind of touched on it on the last interaction with Scott there, is that it certainly seems to be the case that our experience is like an A theory. And so we ask, like, well, why does the three-dimensional object at T7, he looks back and remembers T1, but it's actually the case that the center of consciousness and the physical body at T7 was never at T1. He never had those experiences. And so if T7 remembers, going to the park with his dad when he was a kid at T1, for example, obviously T1 doesn't look very young. It's the same stock photo. But anyway, if he looks back and remembers that, it's actually a different center of consciousness that had that experience, a different physical body that had that experience. He is meant to be connected via this four-dimensional object, but as we saw, like it's unclear like how we can define that or how we can account for that object being put together. And so it's just it certainly is very counter to our experience of the world. It seems to us like we lived our memories. It doesn't seem like my center of consciousness, me, what I think of as myself, which would apparently just be a part of me on the B theory. It seems like I was there. When I think of my memories, it seems like I was there. And on the A theory, Frank remembers because he was there. And that certainly seems just a lot more in line with how the world seems to us and how we seem to think of our memories. We don't seem to think of our memories as things that we were caused to have at T7, but we never actually lived. We think of our memories as things that we live, not some other part of us completely distinct from my center of consciousness and even my body. We think of ourself, our center of identity, our consciousness, what we know ourselves to be, to have been there, and that would be denied on B theory. Does that kind of make sense? The point I'm making there?
Yeah. No, it does. No, I think it's like I get what you're saying, and I I agree with you. It is quite an interesting problem for the identity.
Thank you for listening. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Please also look at the show notes in order to find a link to our group so that you can join our next discussion. I look forward to chatting with you.